This episode is all about how to make more money, right? We're like, how do we make more money? But this whole idea of that money loves intention. It loves a focus. It loves direction. And the more clarity you can have around your money, the more easily it tends to come in. My name is Jen Casey. I'm a business strategy coach, and I work with online entrepreneurs who want to go from social media to sales and make money in their business from a place of authenticity. And just so you guys know, I'm going to be putting all of these on the podcast as well, because I know some of you guys enjoy listening to a lot of this mindset and money mindset stuff on repeat so that you can really start rewriting some of those old patterns. So if you're not already subscribed to the Social Media to Sales podcast, you should go ahead and do that on iTunes. So I want to dive right in today because we've got some juicy stuff to cover. I want to ask you, have you written down the exact dollar amount that you would like to make? Have you written down how much money you want to make? When you sit down and you do goal setting, are you just saying, I want to make more money? Or are you saying, I want to make 40K by December? What are you writing down? Are you having that clarity around it? And I'll tell you, that was something that I struggled with. It was a challenge for me in the beginning because it was like, well, what if I don't actually get that dollar amount? What if it's hard to do that? What if, and I started getting in my own way. But eventually I got to the place where I started writing down my goals. And these are all pages that I'm holding in my hand right now from September 17th, 2014, from 5/12/14, from 5/27/14, from April 1st, 2014. And I shared this earlier on my Facebook page, but on April 1st, 2014, I wrote down, I made, not I hope I'm going to make, I'd like to make, I'm going to try to make. No, I wrote, I made $100,000 this year by creating products and building my business. I made $100,000 this year by creating products and building my business. So I had just gone through a training course about how to create online courses and ebooks and sell them online. And I was like, I can do that. And I'll show you right here. I don't know if you're able to read it. I posted a picture of it earlier because I want to show you that this was in 2014. It is now 2017. It is November 2nd when I'm recording this. And so I want you to realize that when you set those intentions and believe in it, like we were talking about the other day, you have to believe, ask for it, writing it down, believe that it's possible, and then you receive it, right? So I wrote it down, I asked for it, I put it out into the universe, and I held that vibration on and off, of course, for quite a while, for many months, for a couple of years, right? Until I finally started to release the resistance around, when's it gonna come? Where is it? I don't see it yet. Is this even possible? Is this thing on? Does this work? And I released into the moment, and all of a sudden, bam, bam. The universe did something amazing for me, and it almost created a wrinkle in time, gave me people, situations, ideas, scenarios that brought me closer to it more quickly. It was kind of magical. And that's why I want to encourage you for this first piece to write down your goals. And I know we did this a little bit on day one, but tell me below, because that repetition, make it clear, set your intention, let me know what you want to make this month and what you want to make this year. And not being afraid to just own it, not being afraid to claim it. Because some of you guys might be like, are people going to think I'm weird if I put down $100,000, that I want to make $100,000 a month? What if I put $1 million a month? Am I greedy? Heck no! Put down what you want. Ask for it, and ask, and not without being scared, without being embarrassed, without wondering if people are going to judge you. And one of my past amazing clients, Stephanie Schultz, go check her out. She manifested her first launch, did a 10K launch, and ended up, from the period of time that we started working together, made 18K. Like, what? Yeah, it's possible. She's another great example of how it's possible. So an important piece of this is being decisive. What you're doing right now, you're putting it out there, you're being decisive about the exact amount that you want. You've got it in your head, you've got it on paper. Now, one trap that I want to really make you aware of, because I had one of my clients doing this the other day, it was, well, I'm doing this launch and I really want to make, let's say she said 10K, right? I really want to make $10,000. And we said, okay, cool, awesome, 10K. what are you going to do with the 10K? What is that money going to go towards? Because money loves that focus, it loves intention, it loves that clarity. And it was like, yeah, I'm going to put that 10K towards like this thing that I need in my business and that thing I need in my business. And then there was something off about the energy. And I was like, what are you thinking about? And she's like, well, you know, if I make that extra money, it keyword should really go towards my son's college fund. And she was completely blocked by that and was creating resistance around the fact that the money should go towards her son's college fund. And I said, well, there's always more. There's always more coming in, right? She's like, oh, yeah, there's always more coming in. But she had created this resistance around the fact that when that money came in, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, she wanted to use it on her business, and that was her initial intention, but then she was feeling guilt around not putting it towards her children. And in doing that was actually creating all of this other energy around bringing in that money and accepting that abundance and receiving it, because then there was this conflict. And I said, as long as there's conflict in your ability to receive that money and know where it's going, it's probably going to come very slowly. It's going to be like drip, 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 because you don't want to have to make that decision because you're feeling conflicted about it. So that's why I'm really encouraging you to get really crystal clear about where that money is going to go. You with me here? There's always more where that came from. There's always more. Money is just energy. Money is just energy. Really sit for a second. I'm gonna drop a little knowledge bomb on you. This kind of blew my mind when I really thought about it. And it was like, the United States, we literally print money. Money is freaking paper. We print money on a daily basis. There's literally always more where that came from. There's a total abundance. There's always more. We're printing it right now. That's the sound of more money being printed. And it can come directly to you into your bank account, right? Okay, so when we're looking at what we want to manifest, what we want to create, we want more money, one incredibly, incredibly important piece to this is getting out of the how. So you've set your intention of what you want to create financially. You're saying, I want to make a 10K month. And then you're saying, but how am I going to do that, Jen? How am I going to make a 10K month? And that is the big mistake that a lot of people make, because they go from being in this really connected spiritual place where they have a lot of trust and faith in the universe and in themselves, and then they immediately go back to the lack mindset of trying to micromanage and figure out the how. And one great visual that I think does a beautiful job of explaining this was from one of Mike Dooley's teachings. He talks about how when you're manifesting, you're in the car. And if you want the universe to be able to bring you towards your desires, you gotta get the car out of park. Like everybody's trying to micromanage like where to go. It's like you have to first put it in drive or reverse or neutral or something. You gotta put it in something first. So let's say you put it in drive and you start going the wrong way. Well, as long as you're in drive, you can always make a little left turn. You can always course correct. But if you don't start and you just sit on the couch and you never put down a number, there's no movement. There's nowhere to go from there. Does that make sense? And when you really think about getting out of the how is it going to happen? How am I going to get $10,000? Well, there's literally an infinite number of ways that you could get an additional $10,000 this month. But if you're not open to the possibility that it's going to come, it's not going to come. Like people who play the lottery, they wonder why they never win. Well, because they don't actually believe they're going to win, and they're not in a vibrational alignment with $1 million. And so that money's not coming in. It's not coming in. When the person is not in resistance to that money, it just flows in nicely. Like you probably have that one friend where you're like, that one friend, everything always works out for them. Like everything is always perfect for them. So-and-so gave them a car. They won a trip to Hawaii. Just like good things are always happening. Like they get an upgrade when they go to the airport. Like what's the freaking deal? Like why doesn't that happen to me? It can. That person is in a different vibration than you typically hold. So like we talked about, the other day, raise your vibrational set point and you'll start being that person. And it's going to be pretty freaking cool. You'll get parking spots everywhere you go. Like whenever I'm with my boyfriend, he's always like, all right, babe, manifest us a parking spot. And I'm like, let's do it. Let's do it together. And we'll just visualize the parking spot. And like, boom, there it is. It's a fun little game to play. So in terms of the GPS, right, when we start micromanaging the how, we're preventing the universe from doing its thing. Imagine it like this. When you write down on a piece of paper and say, I want to make 10K months, I want to speak on stage at my company event, I want to hit this rank, I want to achieve XYZ goal. You're typing into the GPS the destination. That is your desired end result. And the universe is like, all right, cool. That's where you want to go. Let's do it. And there's going to be, there's an infinite number of ways that you can get to that final desired end result. Things that may be challenges, struggles that you're experiencing right now, and you're going, why is this happening to me? I just want to achieve that desired end result. And the universe is like, yeah, dude, I know. That's why I'm giving you these things. That's why I'm giving you these struggles right now, because you have to work through these things. This isn't a detour. This is part of the process to get you there. You have to grow through this. You need to learn this thing. You've got to learn this lesson so that when you get there, you know what to do with it. Right? Right? Do you know what I'm saying? So you've got to stop micromanaging. That's not your job. That's not your job. It's not your job. Your job is to be the pitcher, to throw as many balls, as many scenarios out there as possible. The universe is the one that's up at bat. It's just hitting home runs for you. But you've got to throw as many balls out there. So try as many possible things that you can get your hands on. Go to random events. Do the things that are uncomfortable. Go to, if you want to get more comfortable on live video, start doing more live video. You never know who's watching. You never know who's going to pop on. I've made some of my closest friends, some of my greatest peer connections, and I've met some amazing clients just from doing live video because I'm throwing balls out. I'm like, all right, whoever's there is going to catch it. What else are you doing right now in your life that's uncomfortable, that stretches you, that is you showing the universe that you're really serious? Really think about that, because it's easy to just go, yeah, I guess I'm doing some stuff. But when you actually have to answer that question, you have somebody saying, I need an answer. What's the answer? It's a lot harder. A lot harder to think of something. So how do you become this woman or this man today? How do you become the person that can handle or that would earn 10K months? What do you need to do in your life? What do you need to do? What do you need to learn? Who do you need to connect with? How do you need to show up in your business and in your life? How do you need to lead? How do you need to treat people? How do you need to talk about yourself? How do you need to talk about other people? How much time would you spend on social media if you were that person? What kinds of projects would you be working on? What kinds of mentors would you be working with? What kind of courses would you be investing in? Guess what? I don't care if you think you're quote unquote broke right now. All of that needs to happen now. And if you're actually committed and you truly believe that it's possible with every fiber of your being, those things will start happening. I have friends who were like, I set the intention that I was going to go to Tony Robbins. And they just held that vibration. And 2 days later, somebody called them and said, hey, I really want you to work on my website, but I don't really have the money for it right now. But what if I give you one of my free Tony Robbins ticket? Will you take that in exchange? Right? Those things happen all the freaking time when the person who's asking is in that vibrational frequency. I've had it happen for me countless times. And I know you have too, where all of a sudden that thing that you've been thinking about comes into your existence. I was thinking about a particular mentor that I wanted to work with. And I said, I don't know how, but I know I'm going to be in this person's mastermind. This is somebody who lives nowhere near New York. 2 days later, I went to a Danielle Laporte event in Manhattan. I like her, but it wasn't like I was following her for a long time. I just thought, let me go to this and go see what it's about and see if I can connect with some cool people at this event who are local, because I live right by New York City. And I went to this event, and everybody's waiting to get their stuff signed by Danielle Laporte. And standing in the middle of the room with nobody even recognizing this individual is the person that I have set out to be my mentor, and he will be. And that's kind of all happening right now, and I can't really talk about it, but it's all happening, and I know it is. And there he was, and I was like, holy crap. And I went over and I was like, hey, how's it going? This is crazy. And there I was talking to this person, and I'm like, holy crap. 2 days ago, I said to the universe, that person's going to be my mentor. And literally 2 days later, there he was in New York, and I was like, oh my God, hey, this is crazy. Right? Happens all the time. So invest in your business. like the person who would achieve the things you want to achieve. Show up in your business like the person who would achieve those things. And I'm sure you have people in your life that you can model. I'm sure there are people in your circle or people who you aspire to be like. Success leaves clues. Success leaves clues, you guys. Yeah, exactly. So start studying what they're doing, who they're learning from, what they're investing in, and start duplicating some of those things. Start paying attention. The blueprint is there. The strategy is there. The mindset stuff and the belief, that's on you. Nobody can do that work for you, right? So for today, your assignment, like today was like short, sweet, to the point because I really want to get you into action. And if you haven't watched the other videos, definitely go back and check those out. But your assignment for today is to write yourself a check. Write yourself a check. And if you want to get real crazy, write yourself 2 checks. So the first check will be what you want to make this month, right? And then the second check is your big check, right? This is like what you want to make. This is the dream check. And if you've never heard the story of Jim Carrey, he used to get really into visualization, and he actually wrote himself a check for, I think it was $3 million or $5 million. There's an interview of him and Oprah, and it's amazing. And they kind of go through this, and he just decided to write himself this check, and he wrote an end date, and it was, he gave himself 3 years to do it. And he wasn't famous at the time, didn't have a successful acting career, but he was visualizing what a successful actor would be doing. And like I said, the brain, the subconscious, does not know the difference between real and imagined. And so your behavior, your focus, your intentions will start to shift when you are regularly visualizing and just daydreaming on the things that you really truly want. So write yourself 2 checks. 1 check is what you want to make this month, because I want to make this quick and tangible for you guys. And then the second check is going to be your big goal, and figure out when you're planning on achieving that by. So if it's I want to make $1 million by December 2018, write down December 25th, 2018. Okay? And keep that with you, because you want to be looking at it every single day as that consistent reminder. And if you honestly go look up, pretty much, there's so many famous actors, Will Smith, Matt Damon, and they're all like, yeah, duh, law of attraction, like obviously manifestation works. They're like, how do you think we got here? It's like, oh, okay, success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. If you guys have not already seen the details, Soulful Sales Academy, it is a 4-month coaching program, intimate mastermind and mentorship that I run, and we go through academy style. There's modules, there's videos kind of taking you through from start to finish of how to launch out your online business and start creating content, start creating your own course. And if that's something that you're like, yeah, I think I need that, come check out soulfulsalesacademy.com. We've got an amazing tribe of ladies already enrolled, and I'm just so freaking excited. Like the vibe of this tribe is on another freaking level. So come soulfulsalesacademy.com. If somebody could leave that below, that would be amazing. I could even type it in right now for you. And if you have any questions about that at all, feel free to shoot me over a message and we can chat and see if it's the right fit for you. Okay, so that is what I have for you guys today. And if you're not already inside the Facebook group, Intuitive Boss Babes, come hang out. We're going to be doing all of the assignments in there together and sharing so that you guys can have an amazing little tribe to co-create with. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your presence, and I appreciate you being here and just co-creating and being in this energy in this space. You're amazing. You're amazing. So I love you guys, and I will see you inside the Facebook group. Have a good one. Bye. Mwah.